Good morning, it's Disney Day 1, and today we are going to Hollywood Studios. Now, we are exploring to go find how to get to the Skyliner from our hotel room. I think we just go down here to the end, and it looks like there's already quite a line for the Skyliner. The early entry for Hollywood Studios is in an hour, so we left a whole hour before we need to get in. We'll see how long it takes us, and of course we will let you know. So here's a look at the line, and we need to follow where this is wrapping all the way around the building here. We are nearing the Skyliner station now. It's been about 20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes since we got in line. So definitely quite a long time. There's a whole nother line over there that connects to Art of Animation. So we have two lines merging into one. And we'll need to factor this in for future days.
We just saw on the sign that it doesn't even open till 7:30, so I think that's why there was such a big line here already, because people were just lining up, but I don't think it was running until probably close to the moment we got over here.
I can't wait to get on the Skyliner. This is like my favorite part of Walt Disney World. We specifically stay at Skyliner resorts because of this. Here we go.
And Disney's Art of Animation Resort. We are on our way.
I don't know. Come over here.
Caribbean Beach Resort.
I don't know why you sat over there. It's not like there isn't plenty of bench seating here. That Skyliner took us to Disney's Caribbean Beach, which we will be staying at a little later on in the week. I love this resort. And from here you split off to Hollywood Studios and EPCOT, and there is like no line this morning. So this is perfect. I thought we were gonna have another 15 to 20 minute line here, but no, there's like nothing here. Now it is approximately 7:55. Early entry is at 8:30, just in case anyone else is wondering. And just a quick Skyliner ride later, it is now 8:02, so just 7 minutes after we arrived at the split station, went through that small line and the Skyliner, and now we are walking towards Hollywood Studios. Again, early entry is at 8:30, so we have around 28 minutes to get in, scan in, go through security, and walk to our first attraction, hop in line.
Thank you.
Ah, green! Hooray, we're in! Benjamin, what'd you get?
A map.
What'd you get?
A map.
A Hollywood Studios map! How exciting! At 7 a.m. this morning, we grabbed a Lightning Lane for Slinky Dog Dash. Now, Genie Plus works completely different here versus Disneyland. Disneyland, you can't get a Lightning Lane till you scan into the park. But at Walt Disney World, it is available at 7 a.m. The park opened at 9, so that's when Lightning Lanes start. I grabbed it at 7 o'clock on the dot, like a second past, and the earliest I got was 10:30. An hour and a half gone in the blink of an eye. Yeah. Now you see that massive group of people. If you've watched our channel for any length of time, you know we do the opposite of the crowd. We don't go where everyone else goes. They're going to Rise of the Resistance and Slinky Dog Dash. But since I have a Slinky Lightning Lane, I'm not concerned with Slinky. Rise of the Resistance we have in Disneyland, so we will probably not be riding that at all this trip. So, what do we want to go do right now? Well, if Rock and Roller Coaster were open, that is where we would be going. Unfortunately, it is down for refurbishment, which means Hollywood Tower Hotel. Now that will be our first ride of the day. You can tell Amy's thrilled. The line you see up here is the early entry line, so there's about 100 to 150 people in line in front of us. I don't think it'll take too terribly long to get through. Yep, you excited? First ride of the trip? Well, actually the Skyliner was the first ride.
Yes, it was.
Let me check into the next party. James, let's see your magic band. Look, you survived. Your heartbeat is still beating. Well, that was fun. Always good fun. Now we get to go through the gift shop. See what's in the gift shop. I like that shirt. That looks good. So Benjamin chickened out at the last minute. He didn't like the creepy atmosphere. So gonna go find Amy and Benjamin. If I am admitting it or whatever, Amy is probably really relieved. She didn't want to ride that ride at all, but Benjamin said he wanted to, so she was gonna do it for him. But she lucked out. After we finished Tower of Terror, decided to come over here to Toy Story Land. We can't ride Slinky Dog Dash for another hour and a half. It's 9 o'clock now. The park is officially opened. But I did notice that Toy Story Mania is only a 15-minute wait, or at least it was 5 minutes ago when we walked over here. I don't expect the lines to get too terribly long. Like, hey, partner.
I always tell my pal Buzz, you've got a friend in me.
Yes, we do. Thank you so much, Woody. There's a green army man soldier there. But anyhow, we're going to go, just ride some rides. And then after Toy Story Mania, we'll probably go get some breakfast at Ronto Roasters. At least that's on our plan, our goal. It does say it is still a 15-minute wait. And notice that it is not Toy Story Midway Mania. The Midway part is a DCA thing. So this is just Toy Story Mania. This time of the morning, they are not using any of the extended queues, so that's really nice. Even though the line artificially kind of looked long when we got in line, there's no weaving in here. I always loved this room because I missed those things. That was like a hallmark of my childhood. I don't even remember what that type of thing was called, like a little mini projector thing. A viewfinder? Was it a viewfinder? I think that's what it was called. Look, it's one of those little wood airplane things. The little wooden airplanes, you insert the wings and throw them. Apparently Amy's never had one of those.
I had the foam ones, but I never had wooden ones.
It's like a really thin, flimsy, very thin wood. But I don't think we've ever actually walked through the standby line of this queue. Maybe once. Generally speaking, we're always doing the lightning lane. I didn't even know they had a Mr. Potato Head in this line.
Sheriff Woody's the fastest draw in the West. His pictures aren't very good, but he draws them real fast.
It's been 15 minutes. So, pretty accurate.
That's not bad, accurate.
And we're about to get on. Alrighty, let's see how we scored. $2.94, not my best, but still pretty good. Benji got 36. Good job, Benji. And I can't see what Amy and James got because that's not Amy and James. They're behind me. Best this look, best this hour, best today, 564. Somebody asked me how I get a good score in Midway, and I answered that in one of our DCA videos. But there is always someone who knows more than me. You having fun, Benjamin? Well, now we're gonna head over to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, get some breakfast. Woody's Lunchbox has breakfast. There's a lot of people over here, but Amy really wants a Ronto morning wrap, so that's where we're gonna go. It got very humid from the time that we got in that ride and got out. The weather app says that it is supposed to rain at any minute. So I think I hear thunder. I just heard thunder, so we're probably going to get rained out a bit here this morning, but that's okay. And well, here it is, our first bit of Disney food in the parks. We got a Ronto morning wrap, of course. Always have to do that. James said he's not hungry, and they've got their pouch full of snacks. I showed this to Benjamin before we ordered, and I said, do you want this or a fig bar? And he chose a fig bar. Some of you don't believe us when we say the kids just are fine with normal snacks. But that's what he chose, and he's fine with it.
A big bar.
So I get one of these like every other time I go to Disneyland, I feel like. But Amy hasn't had one in.
Yeah, because we usually get something else when we're together. But I get his notifications while I'm at work that, oh, you have a Ronto wrap available. And it's like, ooh, what one? So now I get mine.
Now you get one.
So good.
So good.
Then why is Disney World's prettier than ours?
It's because their egg is like formed and ours is a sloppy mess, but it tastes the same either way. Surprisingly, their Rise of the Resistance is only a 65-minute wait at 9:30 in the morning. That is not too bad. I felt like usually here is worse than ours, but we're gonna go to Muppet Vision because we don't know if it's gonna start raining. Some parts of the sky are dark, other parts are not, but we're gonna go to Muppet Vision because that'll kill a good like 20 minutes or more inside at least. And when it rains in Florida, typically it's not like a forever rain. It's just like a quick and gone sort of thing. So yeah, we'll see. For Muppets, we need to come over here to the right, and there's hardly anyone coming over this way.
Like the only ones in Muppet?
If it starts raining, we won't be the only ones in Muppets. But it seems like we might be beating any sort of rush. 10-minute wait. That's just till the next show. That's just how it works. In we go.
Dropped your pot. Oh!
Hello everyone, come on in, come on in. Go ahead and choose your row and feel free to sit anywhere you like.
Hey, look! Look at the guy in the goofy mask. That's not a mask. Oh, sorry, lady.
Don't just handle those ones. Oh, you know, all these other people think I'm talking to them.
Well, it's definitely raining. Definitely raining now. So we have our umbrellas out. We always bring them. You know, when we left the room this morning, it didn't say it was going to rain, but we brought it anyway. Yeah, Benjamin's like really excited about the rain. More excited than he probably should be. I think we're gonna try to go get into Frozen, but I don't know if we'll be able to because everyone else probably has the same idea. So we'll find out though. And we did make it into the Frozen show.
Oh yeah, and Jesse's really cool. I see snow powers. Oh, like, pew, pew, pew! Ice. No, thanks. Oh, I know. Hey, Elsa, do you want to build a snowman? Yeah, that never really works.
Oh. What do you got, Benji? Are you having a shower? He's rubbing the soap into his hair. It's still raining a bit, so we're just gonna come straight to lunch, and we decided to go to Backlot Express primarily because it was right next to Frozen, but also because they have some teriyaki bowls that the kids will like, so we're gonna get that and come here. And I will show you their food in just a bit, but I am actually coming over here to Pizza Rizzo. It's right next door to Backlot, so not too hard of a walk. And I am gonna get something from here, actually 2 items from here, and I'll walk it back over to Backlot, and then we'll film it all. And here's a look at our lunch. Now this is the teriyaki chicken bowl from Backlot Express. Amy and the kids got 2 of these to split between them. So 2 adult meals for the 3 of them. And then I wanted to go over to Pizza Rizzo, as I said, and I got a meatball sub. Don't get the pizza from Pizza Rizzo, but I thought I'd give this a try anyway. It looked good. And so I wanted to get it. Also, we got the pizza cookie. Now, we could have gotten the Wookiee cookie from Backlot Express, but we thought we'd try a new item we've never gotten before, the pizza cookie, also from Pizza Rizzo. I had initially thought about getting the barbecue pulled pork sandwich that they have here, but we're going to be getting a lot of barbecue.
We have a lot of other barbecue meals.
Yeah, so I decided to get something else.
Better barbecue meals.
Probably much better barbecue meals. So, yeah, I just decided to go for something different. It was either that or like a cheeseburger. It does look good, so I'm excited to try it. How's your teriyaki chicken?
The sauce tastes good and the rice tastes good. None of us are really huge fans of this cucumber salad
thing.
on top.
Well, you can just scrape that off. There's rice underneath.
We did. And then my only complaint is the chicken's kind of cold.
Well,
But it's food and it's Hollywood Studios, so my expectations are never very high for this park. Our favorite part for food is probably EPCOT. So.
Animal Kingdom.
And Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom.
Both of those, so.
Yeah. My meatball sub was actually pretty good. The meat was really nice and warm, so that's more than Amy could say, I guess, for her meal. There was nothing like phenomenal about it. It really just tasted like meatballs and marinara sauce with cheese on top. I actually didn't eat about half of the bread because the sandwich is like this wide, like way wider than your mouth. So you have to kind of like eat a piece of bread, eat a meatball, eat a piece of bread. You can't like take a bite like a sandwich. It was pretty good. It was okay for Hollywood Studios. It was okay. It was okay.
Can you tell there's a pattern here?
And here is a look at the cookie after I've cut it into 4 different chunks. It's not pretty anymore, but basically we have some jam, some white chocolate, some sprinkles, and I don't know what type of cookie this is underneath. I was hoping it was chocolate chip, but it does not appear to be. Just like a regular sugar cookie. We'll give it a try in a minute. Hey James, how was that cookie?
Good.
What was on it?
Jelly.
And was it good jelly?
Good.
Yeah.
Jelly.
This is all I ever get out of him when I try.
Good jelly. Good jelly. Good jelly. Good jelly. Good jelly.
Good jelly.
Strawberry jelly.
Strawberry jelly.
Peanut butter.
Benjamin actually did not like it.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Very surprisingly. He likes strawberry flavored things, but
What did you think?
I thought it was actually pretty good.
I did too. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And now that we are done with lunch, it has stopped raining, and I feel like the sun is trying to poke through. It seems exceptionally bright at the moment. But we have one more show that we're going to go do anyway. Mostly when we come to Hollywood Studios, it's all about the shows, because we have a lot of these rides. Like, I mean, a good chunk of these rides exist at Disneyland. So Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular, that is where we're headed next. Though I think Amy's going to try to find a popcorn booth so that you can fill up. We brought a popcorn bucket from home from the last time that we were out this way. So, yeah, you can get it refilled for like $2 if you can find one.
I think $2.25 or something.
$2.25, yeah. Never mind. It just got canceled. It waited for about 20 minutes. They said that the set is still just too wet, even though it's not raining. They can't safely perform. So, sadly. Did you get popcorn at least?
Popcorn.
All right, well, that's a win. So trying to figure out what to do next. I think we're just going to go do Slinky Dog Dash. We're going to use our MEP multi-experience pass that they gave us when Slinky Dog was closed, when our original Lightning Lane became available. I did grab a Lightning Lane for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway shortly after we got the MEP, but it's not until 12:40, which is another 30 minutes from now. We were hoping that Indiana Jones was going to kill that 30 minutes, but alas. Then we thought we'd go to Star Tours, but that entire crowd from Indiana Jones that was waiting immediately just spilled into the Star Tours line. So even though it said it was 10 minutes, there's no way that it was going to be. Probably easily 30 with all the people that spilled in there. And I personally don't think that ride is worth 30-minute wait. Probably just because we have it at Disneyland. So we bypassed that. So we're just going to go use our multi-experience pass with Slinky Dog Dash now. We were going to save it for later tonight, but we should be able to stand by it later tonight in the dark without much issue. It's Woody and Jessie! Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. As we approach Slinky, the sun is definitely starting to push through. I can feel it on my neck. Was not hot at all this whole morning, which is actually kind of nice. Like, I miss the sun and the blue sky and the beautiful like appearance, but I have to say this is usually the hottest park, and I'm glad it's not like sweltering hot. Now's a good time to go over the Genie Plus rules. Lightning Lane return times are, like, if it's 1 to 2, you can scan in 5 minutes early at 12:55. The two groups in front of us, one was 25 minutes early and one was 13 minutes early. You don't just get to come whenever you like. You have to pay attention to your return time window. Look, there's Wheezy's box. I didn't realize Wheezy's box was in here. Amy was just like, oh look, it's a bath toy. Not for use in water? How does that work? You ready, James?
Yeah.
We're gonna launch. Here we go.
Here we go.
Were your hands in the air the whole time? Here it comes. That's what we just did. Best ride at Hollywood Studios, in my opinion. And I mean, I'm even saying that over Rise, but that's just because we have Rise. Generally speaking, because we have all the Disneyland rides on a regular basis, our priority when we come to Walt Disney World is to ride the rides that aren't there. Which makes sense, right? Our lightning lane for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is now available. So that's next up on our list. And after this, I think we're going to grab a snack before we head back to the room for our typical afternoon break. While Disney World's Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad is more impressive on the outside because they repurposed the old Chinese theater, I think ours is still the better line, queue and things on the inside.
Couple these good people into the cartoon while I fix this here locomotive?
I mean, I guess I could do that, Goofy.
Thanks! Be back in a jiffy to pick you all up.
Okay, we're gonna look for the crabs. See if they have crabs in this one. I don't see any crabs either. There are no hidden crabs. Well, there's a crab right there. They're just in different places.
Nothing can stop us now.
And another one down there.
Ready and
Pond water. It
1,
says
2, 3,
pond
1,
water.
2, 3. Oh, excellent! You're all waltzing so beautifully together. Oh. Now let's conga!
There's another hidden Mickey I never noticed before on the gear.
Well, that concludes my guided tour. Hey, picnickers! Told you nothing was gonna go wrong.
Now, the moment I have been waiting for. We are going to ABC Commissary. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and we are gonna get ourselves an afternoon snack. A brand new purchase for me this trip is this little neck fan, and it's nice. It's like a ever-present breeze. I've always got one. And here we go. So we got a strawberry slushie for the boys to split. And we have these metal straws. I have another one in my backpack. I can get out in a second here. But We have these instead of the paper straws that they give you because these things deteriorate in drinks. So the metal ones are much, much better. And so again, they're going to split that. They just go ahead. And then, now this was for me, but if Amy wants to have some, she can. She didn't want anything. She said she was fine waiting till we got back to our
I might have one roll bite.
resort. But we could always get the tie-dye cheesecake back at the resort. If you split this with me, we can split the tie-dye cheesecake.
I'll see. I'm really not even hungry at the moment.
We also have this whole thing of popcorn, if you're curious. So that's the boys are going to snack on that too. Here we go. This is the best cheesecake on Disney World property. Potentially the best cheesecake in all of Disney parks in the U.S. Never been outside the U.S., so I can't speak for the international parks, but I had this on my last trip, and this is like the one dessert. Out of all the parks we're going to and all the days we're coming, this is the one thing I did not want to miss out of all of my food, I kid you not. So I just talked it up really good, and now Amy's like, I guess I have to try a bite. If you're gonna praise it that much, I got to see what's so good about this cheesecake.
I'll let you enjoy your cheesecake.
You don't like it?
It's okay. I don't know. I guess I'm not as big of a cheesecake person as you.
Well, that's
so I
true.
can see why you love this. Whereas I'm more of a ice cream.
You have to admit it's much better than the thing that we had from the Pixar Fest booths.
Oh yeah, this is better than that. But I wouldn't say it's like my go-to dessert on
Well, I know
property.
it's not, but it is mine. Amy and I just had a quick sip of the strawberry slush. The kids are still drinking all of it, but wow, it's different.
Yeah, it actually was pretty good.
It tastes like real strawberry.
And it has little strawberry bits in it too, so it doesn't taste like the artificial strawberry.
It kind of just tasted like a Fanta before, and now I could swear I'm actually drinking strawberries.
That's actually that's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. How was that Slurpee?
Good.
Is it your favorite flavor?
Yeah.
With our snack done, we are gonna head back to the room for an afternoon break. We do this pretty much every day, and the days that we haven't in our past trips, we always said in the videos that we always regretted it. So we're gonna try to make sure that we do our afternoon breaks every single day. Usually go back for about 2 to 3 hours, depending on the day. We'll probably only get about 2 today. Sometimes we just rest in the hotel room, other times we go to the pool, but just getting out of the park. We don't actually have to be sitting idle. Just getting away from crowds for a bit is all that we really need to recharge. It doesn't hurt that this is also the hottest time of the day, so we're getting out of the parks during not today. I just mean in general.
We just noticed a little snack spot, and we thought they had a Mickey macaron, and we were like, ooh, just a brownie. Oh well. But we were saying, I don't know if they really have Mickey macarons here like they do at Disneyland. Disneyland goes crazy for the macarons. They have seasonal ones, they're all over the place. And we'll have to see if we even see any here.
I know.
I think Leal has them, but that might be it.
We didn't get your gelato. We need to get that later, or is it closed?
I don't know, but I expected it to be 100 degrees and boiling hot.
I know. There's a Pog gelato by
Muppets
that we need to try to get later.
We can try later.
I cannot understate how much I love the Skyliner. It's like, even though we left the park, I still get to go on a ride. I'm so excited. I love this thing.
Bye bye,
We hope you enjoyed your visit to Hollywood today. Now wave goodbye to your adoring fans
He didn't
below.
even ride it, and he's waving goodbye to it.
That's close. Woo. Did hit the not
Well,
clear.
for our trip back to Pop, we actually got a clear Skyliner. Not all of them are wrapped, and I don't know why he keeps saying that.
Clear! Concentrate!
Oh, he's counting the ones over there as clear and not clear.
Not
I see. Anyhow, so we can actually see out the window because we don't have the print. So I actually kind of like the clear ones better, honestly. We're going over Hourglass Lake at the moment. It's probably the most nerve-wracking part about taking the Skyliner is going over all the water. I don't know why. Like,
you hope this thing's hanging to the line for dear life.
but anyhow, there's Pop Century on the left and Art of Animation there on the right.
We went exploring for a few minutes. I joined one of the Pop Century groups on Facebook. I'll have to find the exact name in a minute. It's really long. But people will leave stuff sometimes outside their door if they're leaving, pass along. However, Mousekeeping likes to come scoop it up as well. So we didn't find anything, but we'll keep looking around to see if, you know, anyone's left waters or something like that outside their door.
And before we go back into our room, we're actually going to go into the shop now and get some refillable mugs. Right inside the left, when we go through the door, they do have the Fast Forward Arcade. And wow, is this place big? This is huge. They've got tons of games in here. Wow. I am just amazed. I didn't know it was this big. But then right over here is everything Pop, and the food location is in here as well as their gift shop. And we're just gonna poke around the gift shop real quick. We've got some very Pop Century clothing here. Have a nice day. Another, well, this is like a Spirit jersey, have a nice day. Flower Power water bottle. On the way to fun, it's a Skyliner shirt. I love it. Now, aside from these couple of items that are very like Skyliner or Pop Century related, I do find that a lot of the other merchandise in here is very, very similar to Disneyland's merchandise lines. Of course, they just have like their, you know, the Play in the Park series has Magic Kingdom instead of Disneyland, of course, and stuff like that. As with most Disney hotels, if you have forgotten some supplies, they have whole sections of items that, you know, you could get if you forgot them at home, like medicines, and they should have sunscreen around here. They've even got pull-ups and Huggies down here. In order to get the refillable cups, we have to come over here to the food location. I believe this is where you can get those. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so of course this isn't a very busy place at the moment, but it was full last night. So here's the stack of refillable mugs, and there's the info as well as the price. And it looks like they have them in pink, teal, orange, green, and that's it. Here at Pop Century, they are good at these machines. Caribbean Beach does have a freestyle, and we'll show you that whenever we get to that resort later on in the week. We got some zero sugar Coke. Pretty good. I probably won't drink a whole lot from that because I'm not a huge drink person, mostly just water for me. However, when we get to Caribbean Beach and we have the freestyles, they've got like 12 different flavors of like vitamin water and sugar-free Powerade, and I am all for those. So we'll enjoy it more towards the last half of the trip. But we thought we'd buy it day one because, then we get more use out of it. $22, and it's good for 14 days, is that correct? I think so. Yeah, 14 days. So even if you like have a little bit of a gap between your Disney visits, it doesn't matter. It's not active for just Pop Century here, even though we're switching resorts and resort hopping. It's good, for, like I said, for the next 14 days. Now, do the refillables here have like a reactivation price that's cheaper, or does that not have?
If you bring an old cup, they're just going to charge you the same price, so you might as well leave your old cup behind and get a new one.
Okay.
However, Universal, from what I'm hearing, for their one inside the parks, that they have a reactivation fee for I think $10 as opposed to like $18 a day or something.
Yeah.
So we have brought our Universal cup.
Well, and that's why I brought it up, because I remember we brought our Universal cup for our Universal days.
We'll test out that theory next week.
Yeah. No wonder Amy didn't want anything at ABC Commissary. She remembered we had Gideon cookies back in the room.
Actually, I forgot we had Gideon cookies back in the room, but we walked in. I was like, oh, I'm glad I didn't eat anything.
Well, I had to show it to you before we destroyed it. Amy found the regular one because she's not that wild about the triple chocolate. The boys picked the triple chocolate, but
we have an invader.
We have an invader. Do you want some?
Yeah.
How about you, James? You want some? Yep. Benjamin is fascinated by the squirrel. And Amy and James are coming back from a supply run of, people who left stuff outside their room. They saw a Facebook post, so they went to get some waters. Now we are going to head to dinner, which is going to be at the Boardwalk. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. But on the way there, I do want to mention one thing. So me and the boys were wearing regular shoes earlier when it rained, and they got pretty wet. So I was switched into flip-flops for the night. The boys are in sockless sandals and that sort of thing as we let our shoes dry. Amy, on the other hand, is wearing a special type of shoe. And that shoe is by a brand called Vessi. You want to talk about that a little bit?
So Vessi, their claim to fame is that they are waterproof sneakers and shoes. They have other things besides sneakers. And so we wanted to put them to the test. So Trevor hasn't broken his in yet.
Vessi actually sent us a couple of pair of shoes to try and to mention here on the channel. But they arrived like 2 days before we left, and I have wide feet, and supposedly these shoes will widen with use. However, I did not have enough time to use them. Amy, on the other hand, they fit pretty much as they were. So Amy brought hers with.
I tried mine out. I wore them this morning. We actually didn't even know it was going to rain, but I wore them.
We didn't.
And then a downpour. I was like, oh, perfect. I'll try them out. So sure enough, they're avoiding puddles while we were walking, and I'm jumping through them. And it was weird because at first I thought my socks had gone wet because the material still on the outside gets wet. So it feels like your feet should be wet.
But it just kind of feels cold.
It feels kind of cold. But then I took my shoes off later and my socks were completely dry.
It's because it's made out of wetsuit type material?
Yeah, it's got a wetsuit material on the inside. And then it's so tight knit, weave on the top. Yeah. That water just rolls off of it.
So she's part of the the dry sock club. Part of the dry sock club now. And now we have to take quite a few Skyliner trips all the way to EPCOT. Down in the description of the video, there will be a link to Vessi where you can get your own shoes if you would like some waterproof shoes. Legitimately waterproof, and not just water resistant.
And they're not just boots either. They
they're
are sneakers.
Nice looking shoes.
Different styles of sneakers. They even have some hiking type ones. So they have lots of different styles.
Every time I get off at this station, I'm like, Caribbean Beach, my home away from home. I love the Caribbean Beach. It's right over there, by the way. But just a few more days and we'll be here at this resort. Hi, Caribbean Beach.
Hi.
I know you probably can't see it very well because of the little printing on the outside of the Skyliner.
Yep, and we can see EPCOT.
You can see EPCOT? Oh, to be so close. EPCOT, we're coming for you in 2 days. I can hear Remy's music from here, and it just makes me want to be able to go in. But we don't have a hopper, so we can't go in. But we are going to go this way because, like I said, we're going to get dinner at the Boardwalk. And so we took the Skyliner all the way to EPCOT. Now we get to walk around the deluxe resorts here. A lot of times we end up going to the yacht club. We really like Ale and Compass. We've eaten there several times.
Every time we come to Walt Disney World, we want to try at least 1 or 2 new locations that we have never tried before. So tonight we are going to Trattoria Al Forno in the Boardwalk, and we'll see what it's like.
We are still in the prime of just arrived on our Disney trip. So we're looking at everything and just marveling and taking in the scenery and soaking it up. By the end of the trip, we'll be so tired and so exhausted that we won't take any moment to stop and reflect and look at these things. We'll just be go, go, go. If we're feeling up for it, this is gonna be dessert after dinner, but we'll see. And here it is, Trattoria Al Forno. Italian. Every single dining reservation that we have for this trip is a slightly different ethnicity of food, and tonight's is Italian. And this is located on the boardwalk, at the boardwalk. And we can just turn around, we can look at the water here. Straight across is the yacht club. If we turn to our left, we have the Swan and Dolphin. And if we turn to our right, over there is Beach Club. So Amy just checked us in. We actually, I thought it was 15 minutes early, but 20 minutes early, Amy went in there and it was okay?
Yeah, they were fine with it.
So they said that they would text us when our table is ready. We literally went over to one of the red tables behind us here. I was like halfway into sitting and my phone buzzed and we got a text. So like less than 2 minutes that we got the text. So let's go in. Looks like we're going to be seated here. Well, we sat down and the server handed Benjamin crayons in a coloring cage and he was like, ooh, yay! And I think James already completed his maze. Yep. Here is a quick look at their current menu. So we've got some appetizers up here. Honestly, don't think we're going to be purchasing any of those. And then we have our main course items. And I'm really eyeing up this truffle gnocchi. Really love me some gnocchi. There's also the Parmigiana di Pollo. I don't know if it's probably pollo. Just like Spanish, Parmigiana di Pollo. And that, you know, I was thinking about some chicken parm, but don't think we're gonna go with chicken parm. Amy, I think, is eyeing up either the braised short rib or the shrimp pappardelle, but we shall see what we decide. Then they also have some pizzas as well as sides here, but we won't be getting any pizza or sides.
When we go to quick service restaurants, oftentimes the kids will split an adult portion because it's cheaper than buying 2 kids' meals. However, at sit-down restaurants like this, a lot of the times it's cheaper to buy 2 kids' meals than to buy 1 adult portion and have them split. So they are getting a kids' meal each tonight, and it sounds like they've already picked what they want.
And here is the first course. We get some bread, and it comes with this amazing olive oil and roasted garlic. So we can't wait to give that a try.
However, for this trip, because we're just doing day vlogs and not complete food reviews like we have done in the past, we're not going to show everything on the screen with sampling all the food and everything.
And here is a look at our food. For the kids, to start off with them, they both ordered a meatball. James ordered meatballs with buttered noodles and a side of broccoli. Benjamin also ordered meatballs, but he ordered his with marinara sauce and a side of fresh fruit. For my meal, I ordered the truffle gnocchi, just as I said that I would. They gave me the option to add meat. The chicken was the cheapest of the options they gave me, and it was going to be an extra $12, so I did not get the chicken add-on. This is just the gnocchi. And Amy did indeed order the shrimp pappardelle like I thought she would. She actually was thinking about getting the lasagna, but she asked our server, and the server recommended the shrimp, so that is what she went ahead and got. Dinner was amazing. From the roasted garlic on the bread.
Yeah, that was good. Do I need to learn how to make roasted garlic?
To the gnocchi in the truffle cream. Even your shrimp pappardelle.
Yeah, and they were big shrimps too. They weren't even just, like the little shrimp you sometimes get. They were big, massive shrimp.
They were huge shrimp. Very tasty.
Yes.
Highly recommend. Might be one of the best meals we've had at Walt Disney World. What do you think?
I was about to say, I think that's high up on the list.
I'm actually surprised. So there are a couple of other Italian places. Actually, Italian's probably one of the most popular ethnicity meals at Disney World. I'm thinking of Tony's Town Square.
Maybe we need to give a try sometime.
The New York place in the Swan and Dolphin. We've got Mama Melrose's and Hollywood Studios. So, I mean, we could have eaten in the park today, but we just went with this one because we watched YouTube videos. We make YouTube videos. We watched them.
And it came highly recommended.
And it did. So we decided we'd give this place a try. It looked like it had the best food. I'm so glad we did.
One thing we've learned, honestly, over all the years we've come to Disney World is that most of the time the best food on property is at the resorts.
Absolutely.
More than in the parks. The ones in the park are going to be your, you know, well-known restaurants and, you know,
The ones
more
everybody knows
popular,
about,
the
yeah.
ones that are more popular. But if you want very good food, check out the resorts more than the parks.
We do like to eat outside the park more often than not.
Yeah.
I think we are this trip too.
Yeah, most
of the stuff's outside the park.
Ours are.
If not all of them, because I'm trying to struggle to think of one that's actually in a park. And
EPCOT.
Chefs de France.
Yeah,
That's
I
like
was
the
gonna say.
only one that's in a park. But anyway, right now we're going to take the friendship boats back to Hollywood Studios, and that one right over there goes over to Epcot, and this one here goes everywhere else.
This is the Freeway Festival. Train run back and forth.
Well, we have arrived at Hollywood Studios. It was definitely not the fastest transportation method that we could have taken. They stopped at 2 hotels before coming over here, and it didn't arrive for, I don't know, we were probably standing there about 10-15 minutes as well. But that's okay, because we just really wanted to ride the boat. It's really fun to take all the different transportation options that Disney has on your trip, just to make it a well-rounded experience. And now we're back in the park. We did stack a couple of lightning lanes. One of them actually was Tower of Terror again, but it broke, so we got an MEP. Unfortunately, that MEP is not useful on Slinky Dog Dash. So it's good for everything else though, but there's really not a lot in this park that we're like crazy to go do. So I think we're just gonna go over here, do Star Tours first, and yeah, we'll use the MEP for Star Tours, and then we'll go do Toy Story Mania again. Sadly, the last showing for Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular was at 4:30 p.m. So because it got canceled on us earlier, unfortunately, we just had to miss out on that show for this trip. Well, we didn't get ice cream, but the gelato cart in, I don't know what land this is, Muppet Land, is still open. I thought it'd be closed. Honestly thought it'd be closed, but it's still open. We're gonna see if we can get some Pog gelato. And here is a look at their menu. See, Pog. We got the Pog here, and oh man, does it look good. I love me some Pog. And then for the kids, we got a Oreo on top and a mint chocolate chip underneath. With the gelato done, we're gonna come over to Star Tours, and we're gonna use our MEP on this. Not that it's at all necessary, I just like coming in around the AT-AT this way.
I just like hearing the ding-a-ling sound.
Well, I do like hearing the ding-a-ling sound too. You know, I think that's the first time I've actually paid attention to like the Ewok huts up there. I do have to admit that this ride is infinitely cooler because of the AT-AT out front, in my opinion, even though everything else about this is the exact same. So that was your first time seeing the Purgle whale scene. Now, I didn't film it. I didn't film Star Tours at all because it's the same exact Star Tours that we have. But what did you think about that?
I like the whales.
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah.
We still haven't watched Ahsoka or Cassie, or Andor rather, so either of the scenes that we got meant nothing to us. But, I mean, we know who Ahsoka is.
As far as, patches, I still can't do the, jump to hyperspace.
So, I don't know if you've noticed, but Amy's got a little patch on the side to help with motion sickness, especially as we get to Universal later this week. But it didn't work on Star Tours?
No. It sort of did, I think. It still didn't work for the jump to hyperspace, like when it tunnels.
Yeah.
Like, I still have to close my eyes on that part. However, I didn't get a headache on any of the, like, bouncing around parts.
Okay, and you usually do?
And I sometimes do.
Okay.
So, I feel like it's helping a little bit. And when we go to Universal, I'll put on fresh patches. These
ones got wet.
Well, they weren't from the one
from yesterday too. Okay. As far as the Pog gelato goes, I realized we never actually talked about that. I thought it was pretty great. Amy said she didn't feel like it tasted a whole lot like Pog, but I mean, that's probably because of the gelato form. I thought it kind of did, mostly did. The Pog Punch that we had at Disneyland for their new summer menu, that is still the superior Pog. But I mean, I enjoyed that well enough. So earlier we did Toy Story Mania on standby, and now we're going to use a lightning lane for it because, well, we can. We paid for Genie Plus. We're going to use it even if it's on rides we already rode standby. We're trying to kill time until it gets dark in here because we love Toy Story Land at night. We also have a lightning lane for swirling saucers at night. Once it gets dark, we'll ride that one. It's still a 50-minute wait at 8:08. Whoa, look at the 50-minute wait. Yeah, I'm learning that Walt Disney World does the we're about to close thing too. The lies that they feed you to make you think that the lines are long, so they want you to go home. Because there's a few people, but not a lot. Nowhere near 50 minutes, like maybe 10 minutes worth, maybe 5. I already know I did a lot worse than I did on the previous game. Every single round I did a little bit worse than last time. It might be because I was playing with James instead of Benjamin, and he's better, and he was getting a lot of the targets that I go for. Still got best in vehicle, but nowhere near best this hour. It's starting to get dark. We're gonna go do Swirling Saucers, our last lightning lane. Amy informed me that Toy Story Mania is down to a 15-minute wait now. So the 50 did not last long, and maybe Walt Disney World doesn't lie about their waits like Disneyland does whenever it gets close to closing time. Granted, Disneyland does that at like 11:30 at night. And most of the Walt Disney World parks do not stay open that late. Magic Kingdom occasionally stays open till 11. But usually if you're going to be in the park after 11, it's one of the deluxe resort like extended evenings that they occasionally have that's only valid for people staying at the deluxe hotels. Look, it's a giant Astro Blaster. It's like the electrical parade music. Very similar. You ready?
Yeah!
Ready to swirl?
Yeah!
That was very Mario. You have been chosen! Faster! Faster, Benjamin! Push the buttons! Let's go faster!
I got it!
You got it?
Super!
Super fast!
Yeah, I got it super fast!
After Swirling Saucers, we went down and checked out Slinky Dog Dash. It's a 40-minute wait. The line looks like it could be still 40 minutes. And we thought about waiting for it. The only problem is it's 8:40 right now, and 40 minutes would put us at 9:20 to 9:25. And that is exactly when Fantasmic will get out, which means that we will be fighting pretty much everybody that's left in the park for transportation. And we have a long day planned at Magic Kingdom tomorrow. We're going to be out probably until 10 o'clock or later. And Benjamin usually starts to get like tired around 9. So we don't want a super long night tonight. And that just made the decision for us. We're going to have to go back. One time on Slinky Dog Dash was all we were going to get on this trip.
We have 2 different times in each of the other parks except Hollywood Studios. So this was our only Hollywood Studios day for the trip. Normally we would have 2 in every park, but with adding in Universal this year, we had to switch things up a bit.
The door stands below.
We can see the EPCOT ball all lit up, and it's got like because of all the individual light bulbs, they can like program it to do different things. It's really cool. We are back at our hotel now, and it looks like they are having a nighttime showing of Monsters, Inc. over here in the pool area. We could go watch it, but we're not going to. Just gonna go actually through behind Baloo here, through this way. I'm still gonna go, I'm gonna pick up, what? Tickle his belly? I'm gonna get our cup and go down to Classic Hall and get a refill while Amy gets the kids all ready for bed. And then that's the one benefit of the refillable mugs. We always love to, we fill them up like 3 or 4 times a day. It really makes it worth it for 22 bucks. As I'm walking to Classic Hall, I can hear the fireworks going. We could see them on the Skyliner, but when we were at Caribbean Beach, you could actually like see them. And it was great. We always went down to the center area to refill our cups. And at the same time, we were able to just watch the EPCOT fireworks. It was great. Can't do that here. And that's it for our time here today at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Disney Vacation Day 1 in the books. Hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. As with yesterday, if you have not yet had a chance, I'll put the Aulani playlist up here. Or if you missed yesterday's video, I'll put our Walt Disney World playlist down here. As more videos appear, there'll also be more in that playlist as well. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again next time.